Alright, so most of you should be relatively either broke on gems in the middle or stacked because you skipped bond. You're either in one of those ranges. I'm going to lean on most of you being in the middle, right? You're either like broke or semi not broke. So we're at that point, right? So today I thought I'd talk about this real quick and give you an idea of if you should even like do anything here with this upcoming update. You have to realize also that I have no idea what the hell they're doing. So there's also that. So let me just share that with you too. Like and subscribe helps out a ton. First, the things that I also want to mention. So beyond the banner itself, screw the banner, right? Screw the banner. There are cosmetics, and people do like to put gems into cosmetics. So if you are putting gems in there, I do not know if they're going to actually be for gems. That's the problem. That's the problem. Usually they specify on the forum that it is. I've already made a video where I told you very high chance no, so plan differently because they might not do it. Wait till the last day and see, but we'll see what Global says. Maybe Global patch notes actually gives us an idea if they're worth gems or they're going to be valued for gems, right? We don't know though. So keep it in mind that if you are planning to splurge over here, well, it looks like it's not going to work, right? Because they say otherwise in the forum, right? So let me just show it to you real quick. So hopping over here to the forum, if I were to go, or like the patch notes, clearly says the costumes and the new and reprinted costumes can only be purchased as a set, which means you can only purchase it for money. Don't know if that's going to change. Don't know what's going to happen. So for now, just cope with the reasoning of, we accidentally released bonds cosmetics for gems. We're not going to give you these ones, right? So I don't know what happened, but that's the one thing. So if you were planning on these things, it's a no-go until they give us an update, which we don't know what's going to happen. Just keep that in mind. It may take some time, so just keep that in mind, yeah. And also for those that like to collect, realize now that this character will in fact be, guess what? A limited character. Yes, you got it. He's still a story character, but that does not matter to Netmarble. He is a limited character. The new character, SSR Future of the Indigenous Prince Tristan, will not be added to the permanent gacha lineup after the gacha period ends. He is, in fact, a limited character. He can reappear in the future banners, but he is limited, so he's not touching any of the race draws. Simple as that, not the SSR Part 2 or whatever that banner is considered now. He is not getting added to any banner other than just the main banners after he returns. That's it, right? So keep that in mind. If you were planning to skip him and you do care for collection or whatever, just know that he's not returning for a while. Look at it now. If you were not able to pull that what is it, Ominous Nebulous Soldiers, whatever, Demon Cusack or Demon Chandler, it's going to be the same case scenario with this, right? They're not going to touch the other banners. It's going to be pretty hard to obtain. Simple as that, okay? So just know that. I'm giving you a warning. Depends on if you want the unit. If you want the unit, that's your warning. If you don't want the unit, skip the unit. Simple as that. Now, beyond that, the other thing in the update that will drop is Tristan. Now, with this character, it's a very easy answer. Yeah? Tristan is not good for a lot of you. Why is that? Unless you're using this character for Goddess Team, there really is no point to him. I'll show you why in a second here. He is a backline unit through and through. He doesn't really work for anything else. That's what it is. All right, he's a very mid character. For some reason, every basic 600 banner we've gotten for like the longest time now that is not a streamed unit has just been mid. It's like gone are the days you get a good 600 banner. If you were to look at it, what was the good 600 banner this year? You can't count a streamed one. Don't count Freya. Don't count Roxy. If you look at it, it wasn't that many characters, right? Last year, you had Tarmiel, you had Summer Merlin, you had characters that were good. Summer Deanne, that was a character that was really freaking good. Don't think it wasn't, right? It was just, for bosses, and she was great. This year, you really went through a lot of bad characters, just bad overall. He works as a backline unit, and that's really it. His use case is so freaking limited that it really isn't worth it to invest into him, unless like you're a Goddess main. If you're a Goddess main, have fun with it. The banner itself really isn't too great if you don't care for the units. No one here is like, oh, it's going to help me in the game so much. More so it's collection, right? This character was a weird release also. It is what it is. This character, a weird release also. It is what it is. This character's not bad, just released at a bad time where the game definitely had a different meta. She's not bad, but just, she can't really profit too much in the meta she's currently put into, right? He sucks, as this blatantly said. She's still pretty good, just depends on what team you're running, so there's that. I don't even know this unit. Mid? What do you describe as bad? I have never seen this unit actually used to be on anything. Slater is very collection, that's about it. Collection, this is, everyone by now has the 6-6 or is approaching that 6-6 mark. This is just collection, that's really it. And Tristan is just the backline, right? So for what it is, I would recommend to skip this banner and look up next, right? Because most likely this month I did already make a video on this where I talked about it. I went more in depth into it if you want to watch that. But basically I said it's probably step up into Ragnarok, Catastrophe, or whatever. It's one of those things. We do have a stream this month, as we always do. That will kick off June 28th, and you will find out what the actual unit is. But on the board of summoning for Tristan, really, it isn't worth it. We don't know what's going to happen, too, because what the fudge? Where's our Nidhogg unit? We are stuck with what we currently have as Freya, which it really isn't even the broken unit that will shatter Nidhogg. We usually get a unit that shatters the Demonic Beast, right? Magilda shattered that with a relic. What is it? Yorm shattered that. Thonar with a relic shattered this. This just, I don't know, even Freya with a relic doesn't shatter it. It's not like, oh my god, 100% completion, no RNG. It's like you need to get the relic, get the team, get the full formation, and then have RNG on top of it. So it's very weird. Even with the relic, this is very difficult. So we don't know if we're ever going to actually get a Nidhogg unit, or if we're just doomed to eternal time of pain and suffering without a Nidhogg unit. We don't know, right? So there's also that on the aspect of it. But this month should either be one of those things. We don't have a collab. People keep asking me, when's the next collab? We don't have one for a very long time, if you think about it. The next time we get it, so June is one of the ones that I mentioned. I don't think it's going to be a collab. It could be, but probably not. July is festival time always, so July is a festival. Is it the global one, or is it just like a random one? It's one of those things. August is usually around collab time. Last year that was like ReZero start, or Slime's, one of those two things. So that's there also. But on the board of saving right now, you have the login event. You have so many gems given to you. I would say you use this time to either continue on Bond's banner, finish that up, and then relatively decide, do you want to continue? Do you want to do everything there? I think that the most important thing is to chase something like this versus something like this, because I don't know. He really isn't too great unless you run Goddess team and you need that 45% defense. That's the only real thing he's kind of served for. Demon team, not really. He only gives 9%. Other characters can do better. He doesn't have cosmetics also, so if you are trying to build him, actually, it's not going to work. But for this banner just has more lucrative stuff, and it's much better. So again, decide if you want to go and finish the rotation, get that out of the way. He is worth it, and getting dupes for him might be great now because he is buffed. And I want you to actually test him when he drops on global. For my testing, he is much better. He genuinely is. He can actually tank attacks now, and he does give human team that tankiness. So if you run Goddess team, or Goddess team too, but like more so if you run Unknown team, like, it is the difference of what his buff is before and after. The equivalent of adding Nanashi's relic, right? He gives them so much like ability to survive. It's not even funny, right? So when you are using like Unknown team, and if you've ever experienced that, you feel pretty tanky sometimes. It's the same way as this. Bond is very tanky and can actually do damage due to the fact that he reduces theirs, and then with his mark now applying and his debuffs applying beforehand, it's very much a better kit, right? I know it's not like, oh, his, card went AoE. I know we really wanted that to be the case, but for what he is, the buff is very much welcome and very good, so it is worth it to just reinvest or finish the rotation or continue the rotation, depending on what you were on. But it depends also at where you're at. This banner will last basically for like 4 or 3 more weeks on global, so you have plenty of time to make your decision, because you can see what's next, right? Depending on what that is, if it is Ragnarok, if it is whatever, and you can look towards that banner instead, or this one. It is rare. We're gonna, like, again, for the rest of the year, keep this in mind, you're not going to get a banner looking like this. You are not going to get one till JP Annie or New Year's. That's it. The banners between now and then, they always suck. They always suck, okay? Both festival banners. Merlin's wasn't too great, and Esterosa's last year was not too great. So the 2 festivals before those 2 festivals, they're going to be atrocious banners, or just mid. That's it, right? That's most likely the case. So just be warned. Yeah, you can have like 2 or 3 good units, but they always fill them. They always use them as filler banners because they're not really big festival celebrations, so they don't need to fill them with good units per se. So just keep that in mind. That's what it is for the current game here. But yeah, I would skip Tristan. The cosmetics may not be for gems, so you may just be sitting there saving up the 100 and 300 gems that were given just like that, and the Funnel Boss gems also, just save them. I would say that's the best bet because nothing really else needs your gems other than either finishing Bond's rotation, doing all of that, or just, if you want Tristan, it's mainly just the Goddess passive. That's it, right? So there is that. Let me know what you think. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. I will catch you in the next one. Have fun, stay safe, peace, and enjoy. And yeah,